Okay guys, send this video to your wives, your husbands, your sister, brother, mother, dad. This is the definitive list for Christmas 2024. Because you want the stuff in this video. Trust me. This is the 2024 Christmas gift guide. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I've been meaning to make a Christmas gift guide for the last 17 years. Haven't done it. Don't know why. No idea. And when I say definitive, I mean, yeah, it may or may not be perfectly definitive, but this stuff is super good. First up, the Togens Fly Shop Fly Tying Kits. Now, before you say,
"Hey Brian, I thought you didn't like fly tying kits."
Well, I'm kind of eating crow right now. But hear me out. So most tying kits come with like a little patch of deer hair that's like 1 square inch, or like 6 or 7 strands of Flashaboo, or whatever. They're just not worth buying. These kits are totally different. I just have 2 here, but I think they have around 10 different kits. But for a new fly tyer or an intermediate fly tyer, somebody that's still learning and wanting to learn different flies, these are awesome. The main reason is, so for Landon Mayer's mini leech, that's a full hank of peacock herl. Like if you went and bought a full package of peacock herl at a fly shop, this is how much you would get. A whole package of Flashaboo. The whole thing. Not like 5 or 6 strands, the whole damn thing. 25 hooks. 25. Not 7, 3, 2. I don't know. This is not a whole pack by any means, but this is a skinny rabbit zonker strips. It's enough to tie 25 of these flies. And a whole spool of thread. This is different than other fly tying kits. Trust me. Up next, the Trxstle Big Water Case. I never knew how much I needed this until I got it. So obviously this is a super strong, well-built case with some really cool features. So I'm a guy, whenever I get ready to get into a boat, somebody else's boat, my boat, whatever it is, I have to put keys, wallet, phone, the extreme essentials in one place. I have to do it. I'm not okay. And I do it all in this box. So when you open it, the inside is, for lack of better words, this setup anyway that I've got set up is almost like a wallet or an everyday carry type of case that this is gonna hold everything you need. I've got fishing licenses from Louisiana, Montana, Missouri, of course. My Arkansas is only digital. I'm a guy that likes to have a license in my hand rather than get my phone out and try to find it. That's how I work. Call me old. It's fine. Don't care. There's nothing worse than getting to the takeout and figuring out that, oh, I don't have my keys, right? I did it once. It'll never happen again. Trust me. So the way I load this out is wallet, knife, because I've always got a knife on me in my waders or whatever. So knife, keys, all in here. I know they're all in one place. I'm done. Now I know people want to have their phone out and taking pictures and all that good stuff. But it'll also fit my phone with everything else in there. Done. This thing just got really heavy. but this is the way I do it. I love this case. This case was a complete ease my mind buy. I have less to worry about whenever I'm getting on the river, because you got a lot of things going on. You're ready to fish, etc., you don't want to take time to make sure that you know your keys are in one pocket and they're different places, and you have your wallet in a different pocket. Everything lands right here, and this could not be better. Now they do have different inserts, so like you can take this insert out, that like the wallet insert, and put in a fly box insert. On the other side there's an elastic pouch where you can put other things. This is truly one of my favorite boxes that I've ever had, that is just a do-all. Love it. Really do. Next up, the Loon Streamer Kit. I know it says Streamer Kit, but this can be just an everyday lanyard that you wear, period. So it comes with the Spartan lanyard, and this is a paracord lanyard that's really well built with the bench rings, like I've touted so many times. Okay, Google, define tout.
Here's the definition of tout. Attempt to sell something, typically by pestering people in an aggressive or bold manner.
They have the Ergo comb, which is a really, really strong comb. You can see like the comb part is like super strong metal. So yeah, you can really get in there and rip stuff out. I mean, sometimes my mind immediately goes to EP fibers. If you have an EP fly, 100% you need to have one of these combs at least once an hour for these things, because they just get mangled and gnarly. There's a two-sided hook hone, which is just gonna keep your hook sharp. It does what it does. And then they have the big nip and sip. These big nippers are really mean looking. They're great in the hand, they're non-slip, and they'll open beer. So take all these tools off, put them on the bench ring, put the lanyard around your neck, and you're good to go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next, the new Montana Fly Company feathers. You guys have seen these in other videos of mine. Links in the description. And by the way, there'll be links in the description of this video for all this stuff. So one-stop shop, go to the description, you'll find all the links, you'll be good to go. But you guys have seen videos of me using the new Montana Fly Company feathers and stuff like that. Montana Fly Company is doing things with feathers that nobody's ever seen before. I said it. Like, look at the brown trout colors. We've never seen this stuff. Like, ever. Not only are they doing that, but they're doing like the splash painted, mottled, colored stuff as well. They've got fire tiger feathers. They've got the arrowhead feathers. They've got the cool tipped feathers, which I've done with like a Copic airbrush. I will never do that again. The shark fin feathers, like the grizzled feathers. They've got all sorts of crazy cool stuff. Any fly tire, streamer tire mostly, is going to freak out if they get a bunch of these in their stocking. Just saying. Next up, the Loon Apex pliers. These things are so nice. If you've never had like anything beyond your regular just nippers, you know, even scissor nippers, which I love, you have no idea what you're missing. So features, replaceable jaws, replaceable cutters, like that's your cutter, that'll cut everything, like everything from wire to braid to huge mono, it'll cut everything. Comes with a swivel lanyard, so you can, it doesn't matter. And this is one of those lanyards that is like the plasticky rubber on the outside, but it's got wire on the inside. So a bulletproof lanyard and a sheath. This thing is awesome. So one of the things you're gonna notice is how light they are. I couldn't believe how light they are. They come in at under 5 ounces, which these things, these little mitten clamps, are 2 ounces themselves. 2 ounces, 5 ounces. The whole thing. Super lightweight. Love it. Absolutely love it. Next up, and honestly, this is probably more dear to my heart than anything I've ever had. Like, you know, fly rods come and go, All sorts of different things are really, really cool, but they come and go and they don't stick with me. This one is already a family heirloom. My TieCraft tabletop bench. This thing is incredible. I can't stop looking at it. Still, to this day. I've had it for a while, and every single time I sit down to tie flies, which is a lot, I smile. This is... yeah. So the features are obviously, I mean, it's a slab of wood. Like, it's coming in at 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches thick. They have your riser all ready for you. The tool caddy is honestly one of the most impressive parts of it. I didn't think a piece of metal would be that impressive, but I bet that piece of metal weighs 5 pounds minimum. The simplicity of this, coupled with just the sheer craftsmanship, there has not been a better tabletop bench made in the history of fly tying. I said it. Now, TieCraft doesn't only do tabletop benches by any stretch of the imagination. Their bread and butter really is full desks. And if you can imagine a full desk built like this thing. Up next, the Yeti Loadout. Now, I'm a guy that used soft, medium rigid sided boat bags for years and years. I went through, gosh, 3 or 4 or 5 of them over 20 years of guiding, and they work well. But inherently, those gear bags are bags. You know, they're not perfect. They're not perfectly rigid. Even the ones that are fairly rigid are not perfectly bulletproof. They don't completely secure everything inside. They will get wet on the inside if it rains long enough. So they just have some inherent flaws. They just really do. The Loadout takes care of 90% of the problems that I have with those gear bags. Now I'm going to do a full video on how I load the Loadout with my gear. But just a quick overview. The pack attic is probably one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. It has big pockets, like big pockets, where I've got tons of stuff in there. A couple more pockets on the front that you can kind of see through and see what's in them. This is all made out of really strong ballistic nylon. I love this. I love this a lot. It also has a little caddy that comes out. I wasn't sure about this thing when I first got it. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's okay. But now I can't live without it. Like, this has most of the stuff that I just need in a real quick grab. I never thought that this thing would be so nice, but it really is. The inside, as you can tell, is completely loaded with my stuff. I absolutely love this box. This is the 30-liter box. They've got a 60-liter, which is big. It's big. And then they have a 15-liter. And the 15-liter is on my short list because I think it's like a perfect camera box. Listen, I know what you're saying. It's a Yeti. It's crazy expensive. I get it. Trust me. But the other bags that I've been talking about were almost exactly the same price as this. And I went through 4 or 5 of them over several years of guiding. If this was around 20 years ago, this would still be my gearbox. This is not gonna die. It's gonna get scratched up, absolutely. But it's always going to be a Yeti. It's always gonna be bulletproof. It's always gonna be rainproof. This is a game changer. Up next, the Montana Fly Company tying mat. We've seen a lot of these mats around. They all have the basic same concept, but this thing is so well built. I don't even know how to explain that. I really don't. It's thick rubber, silicone, whatever it may be. I think it's rubber and silicone, maybe. This thing is so overbuilt for what it is. I don't know. How can you overbuild a fly tying mat? So this is the thickness of the border, and that goes around the outside. Everything is recessed in. So basically, if you drop something on this, it's not going anywhere. So you can tell the main portion here and here is this textured silicone rubber stuff that isn't going to allow your beads to just bounce around all over the place. So we've all done this. And then it rolls around, and what this mat does, it stops them from bouncing and rolling. Like a bead is not going to roll very far on this mat, like at all. Also, you can see that they have like a couple magnetic pads here, and they hold hooks really, really well. Like, these magnets are like really, really strong magnets. You have these round holes that hold like UV resin really, really well. Like, they fit perfectly. A hackle gauge, a bead gauge, which is so cool, and I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've definitely not seen it in this style, but if you're not sure what size your bead is, you just put it in these recessed holes, and it tells you what size the bead is. It also comes with a ruler. This thing is really cool. Really, really, really cool. And last but most certainly not least, just ask me, are Fly Fishing the Ozarks memberships. I know, before I lose you, wait. Just hear me out. This whole membership thing with the channel has been a lot of fun for me. I get to interact with you more. You get to vote on the colors for the drops that I do. The upper tier gets the fly of the month that I tie. This has been a really, really fun side project that has to do with the channel. I love it. I absolutely love it. I have a lot of fun with the members and the membership thing. It's been a good thing for the channel. It's a solid show of appreciation for the channel. Yeah, I appreciate my members hugely. And again, I want to thank every single one of you that's a member. I appreciate you. I really, really do. But Fly Fishing the Ozarks memberships are easy to get. They're super affordable. And yeah, you get to be a part of the cool kids. There's always a link in the description of all my videos where you can find out how to be a member and sign up right there. It's easy, so send this to your wife, husband, daughter, son, girlfriend, boyfriend, grandma. I don't know. Send it to everybody and just say, hey, kind of like to have this membership thing. This gift guide has been a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that I left out that I just couldn't fit into a time frame. This could go on for days. This video could be days long. But I just decided to do a short list of stuff that I really love and some stuff that I wanted to give a nice little nod of appreciation for. Again, there are links in the description of this video for everything on this video. Like I said, share this with whoever you want, because I think it's kind of a one-stop shop. I really do. I really do.